My name is Madison Kysel, and the playwright I chose to write my research paper on is J.M. Barrie, which is short for James Matthew Barrie, the writer of Peter Pan, also known as The Boy Who Would Never Grow Up, created in the year 1904. The main characters of the play include Nana the nurse dog, Wendy Darling, a normal little girl, Michael Darling, Wendy's little brother, John Darling, Wendy's older brother, Mr. and Mrs. Darling, the children's parents, Peter Pan, the boy from Neverland who never ages, Captain Hook, the main enemy, and the Lost Boys, which are children that were abandoned at a young age after falling out of their carriages. Peter Pan describes the story of a little boy who does not grow old and his involvement with a young average girl named Wendy. Peter enters a nursery through an open window and convinces Wendy and her two brothers to fly to Neverland with him. He informs the children that he is the leader of a group known as the Lost Boys. Peter and the children partake in an eventful journey to Neverland, and Wendy is adopted as the mother of the Lost Boys and is highly praised. The main enemy of the play, Captain Hook, is defeated by the protagonist, Peter Pan, after attempting to steal Wendy as well as the other Lost Boys. Wendy, her brothers, and the Lost Boys return to the Darling residence where they live out the rest of their lives, while Peter Pan returns to Neverland to live as a little boy and have fun forever. J.M. Barrie had a reasonably large impact on his time and proved to have a lasting influence on later generations and forms of entertainment to come. Peter Pan presented and encompassed the glory of childhood, which appealed to both past and modern audiences. An example of its strong influence can be seen through its presence in a multitude of cinematic developments over the years, displaying many different versions of the classic tale. In addition, the psychological pseudo-disorder Peter Pan syndrome resulted from the Peter Pan production due to Peter's unique personality and characterization. J.M. Barrie's background had a clear effect on his purpose for devising this play. Barrie's family was associated with another family who had a little boy named Peter Llewellyn Davies, whom the play is ultimately based on. David, one of Peter's siblings, passed away and it had a horrible impact on his mother. She developed an imaginary ghost of her son and pretended he would never grow old in order to cope with her loss. This laid the foundation for Barrie's 1904 production. J.M. Barrie had a very close relationship with his own mother that some might describe as consuming. Many people believe this heavily contributed to Peter Pan emphasizing the concept of caring strongly for mothers in a devoted manner. Personally, I selected this playwright due to the fact that his background is extremely intriguing, especially in relation to his most conventional production, Peter Pan. Just understanding how common Peter Pan still is in modern times provoked me to further study and research the playwright and his development of such a substantial piece of theater. This play introduced a thrilling yet youthful story of fantasy that appealed to my more childish sense of imagination and reminded me of the roots and history behind the modern cinematic versions of Peter Pan. I loved analyzing a more classic style of the story and fueling my knowledge on the origin of the narrative, along with the playwright who is accountable for the creation of such a splendid expression of art.